Alright, so to do any of the 3 Cascade moves which I'll be teaching, you need to know how to do the Faro shuffle first. And the Faro shuffle is basically a way of shuffling the cards one by one by one, and it looks like that. Alright, so to perform the Faro shuffle, you want to split the deck in half. One half on your right and one half on your left, of course. And this is the grip you sort of want to hold it in, but for both hands, it's like a straddle grip. Alright, and you want to make sure that when you do it, it's like, so when you're actually holding it up, it should be on opposite sides, because then when you Faro together, it would be on the same side. Alright, so here, when you bring it together, you want to basically bring the bottom of this packet and the top of this packet together and square it up. Alright, to make sure that it's squared, you want to use your index and come over on the side of the bottom packet and sort of just support the 2 packets to make sure that they're squared together. And then when you're here, you want to push in, push sort of like, you want to have an upwards angle when you push it in. So if you do it straight, it's going to be really hard. Whereas if you push it in and move it up at the same time, it should create this one by one card type of thing. And then from here, you can move on with all the Cascade moves which I'll be teaching you guys. Alright, so the first move I'll be teaching you is the most traditional Cascade, and that looks like that. Alright, so to perform the Cascade, you want to start off with the Faro, which I taught at the start of the video. And this part is basically, well, it's the same for all 3 moves. You want to start off like this, interweave the cards together one by one. But however, from here, you want to rotate one packet. So the top packet right here in this case, you want to rotate it so that they're actually 90 degrees to each other. And then from here, you are in the grip for the Cascade. Alright, so from here you want to re-grip the packet with, you can do it with either hand, left or right, whatever you feel comfortable with. But so I'm going to use left hand in this case. You want to grip it so that this packet is gripped by your index, middle, ring, and pinky, with your index being in the middle of the 2 packets. And your thumb's gonna come all the way over and grab the bottom of the other packet, and then you're in this sort of grip. Alright, so after this, from here you want to, basically the only thing you have to do is release your index, move your index away, and the cards should start dripping one by one. And so if you do this, it should look like that. Alright, okay, some tips on doing the Cascade is that when you're performing the Cascade, if you have your 2 fingers closer to the middle, it's going to take longer for the cards to actually drop down. Alright, it's going to take longer. And whereas if you have your fingers on the outside, meaning more like here or here, the cards should drop a lot faster, and probably the ending position would be a little bit more messier. Like so, alright? And yep, that is how you do the traditional Cascade. And on to the next move. Alright, so the next move I'll be teaching you is the Waterbend, and it's a progression of the original Cascade, and the move looks like that. Alright, so to perform the Waterbend, you want to start off just like every single other Cascade move with a Faro shuffle. And then, except now, once you're here, it's different from the original Cascade, meaning that you're just going to end it by moving the packet so it's 90 degrees perpendicular. Now you actually want to completely flip the packet so that there are two orientations, meaning one's vertical and one's horizontal. And then when you do that, it should end up like this. Alright, and the two packets are still held together. Alright, and then from here you want to transfer these two packets onto, well, for me, I like to do it on my dominant hand, so my right hand. And for me, the grip would be having my index touching the bottom of this packet, the edge, the edge connecting the two, and then putting my my thumb on like the corner of the long packet, and putting my middle on the corner of the wide packet, like so. Alright, so when you do this, if you flip it to the front, it should look like this. Alright, and from here, what you want to do, your ring finger and pinky are sort of not very useful in this move, so you can sort of just have it hanging around. But on the other hand, your left thumb is going to come very handy, because you actually want to place your left thumb in the seams of these two packets, so this sort of corner. You want to place your thumb right here, alright, and that's where your thumb is going to be throughout the move. Alright, so once again, you want to come here, and you want to place your thumb right on this corner right here, alright? And then from here, you can use your index to push the packets together before the move starts, so the packet's actually tidy before you drop the cards. And when you're ready, the way you're going to drop the cards is simply by, again, letting go of your index finger on the left hand, and just letting the cards drizzle down, alright? So when you do that, it should look like that. Okay, the way you're going to catch the cards on your left hand is by creating this sort of thing, alright? So your index is going to be like a straddle grip, except you don't have the cards on your left hand. So it's just going to be like this, and when the move finishes, the packet of cards should land on your pinky finger, like so. So here's the actual ending part. It's just going to land here, and that's where your ending position should be for the move. Alright, so one last time, you want to ferrule the cards together, my bad. You want to swivel it over so it's one's horizontal, one's vertical. You want to use a grip of index, thumb, and middle, like so. Switch it over, move your thumb to the corner of the two packets, let go of your index, let the cards drizzle, and catch it in this grip, the sort of shadow grip that I was talking about. And yep, that is a tutorial for Waterbend. Alright, so the last move I'll be teaching is a water cascade, and it's an original move which I created, and you can actually see the move in action in one of my recent videos, which I will link it to the top. So if you want to go watch it, just click the link. But basically the move starts off with a Faro like always, and if you want, the move actually looks like this, alright? So you start with the Faro, and the move ends sort of like that. And basically what you want to do is you want to start off by, of course, performing the Faro. And then from here you want to change grips to your dominant hand again, and you want to make this figure. It's the 6th figure in Chinese. And you want to grip this packet using your pinky and your thumb on the corners, and your index, middle, and ring at the bottom for support. Alright? And it's slightly easier if you actually have the grip slightly lower rather than straight in the middle. Alright? So like here would be perfect. And then from here, you don't want the packet to be too large, otherwise you're not going to be able to stretch enough. And then from here, you want to basically push upwards a bit, push the packets upwards, and create this interweaving effect. And the basic concept behind the move is basically sort of shuffling the cards and making this effect, except having this sort of angle where the card drops, creating this cascade effect. But if you can get this part correctly, the move should be relatively easy for you to master. So once you get the hang of how to do that part, you just want to do the same thing, except now you want to perform it while tilting the packet downwards. And you don't want the packet to be 90 degrees when you pour it downwards, because then it's just going to drop right down. But you actually want to create this sort of angle, maybe 45 degrees isn't the worst idea here. So when you do it, you want to catch the cards by simply just basically letting the cards drop onto your other hand. And when you do this, the cards should be able to land like so and create two separate packets. And you can either close it by, well, just flipping one packet onto the other packet. Alright, so one last time you want to come here and perform the Faro shuffle and transfer the double packet onto your right hand, your dominant hand, by your your thumb and pinky. And from here, by pushing up with your index, middle, and ring, you should be able to create this interweaving pattern. And you want to then tilt the packet at a 45-degree angle so the card falls onto your left hand simultaneously. And then when you do those together, it should look like that, alright? And then from here, all you have to do is, again, take one packet, throw onto the other packet, and that is the water cascade.